There is a boys' crisis that is happening across our nation. Young men and boys are struggling with school, the law, violence, and suicide. There are many points that factor into this, but none the least is fatherlessness. These boys need encouragement to become better people. But the news is not reporting this, but the problem is imminent, especially for a society that needs strong young men and boys.
In response to this crisis, there are 34 nationally known scholars and advocates that created a detailed proposal on White House Boys and Men Council. And in response to this proposal, we have created Young Voices TV, where we could hear the young voices of men and boys and what their needs are in today's world.
This is that show, and this is our conversation. Hi, my name is Jones.
Hi, my name is Louis Castrejon, and today with us we have Billy Moore, the CEO and founder of ABC Foundation, and young Malik Jones, a 5-year member of the ABC Foundation. Hi, guys.
Hello, how are you?
Pretty good today. How's your guys' day going?
It's going excellent.
Great. So how would you guys start with telling us about yourselves?
Well, let me do a quick correction. The founder of ABC Youth Foundation, that's okay. The ABC Youth Foundation was bestowed upon my dad, Archie Moore, who's a former champion of the world. He's the founder of the ABC Youth Foundation. And after some time, ABC has been going on for 60 plus years.
Wow.
And after he passed on, the mantle was passed on to me to carry on ABC, to teach our young boys and women. It used to be called Any Boy Can. But with the emergence of our powerful, strong women, it was changed to Anybody Can. So we teach our youngsters to step off in life with their best foot forward, without cowardice, but with courage and dignity. And that falls right in line to what you two had just mentioned about our young boys. They need help. Our youngsters across the board are in trouble.
So what do you feel like the biggest problem young men are facing today?
Guidance. Years ago, this country used to teach the basic morals, principles, and scruples. But my dad met with President Eisenhower. He said that the United States is headed for a gang and a drug epidemic. If we would go into prevention opposed to rehabilitation, we could save billions of dollars and millions of lives. And in between that time, the home, the structure of the home has fallen away. But me personally, I don't think that's the whole problem. It does start at the home. But years ago in the school system itself, they taught the good basic morals, principles, and scruples. We don't do that anymore. It's okay to lie a little bit. It's okay to cheat a little bit. It's okay to do everything a little bit. But by the time you get to be a young man, that little bit has turned into a big bit. And that's where the real problem lies. The basics, the good basics, rules and foundations of society, it's missing.
So how do you feel like your program really helps this?
Okay,
this problem?
We catch kids as early as 6 years old. Yeah. That's where we started.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
That also, and that kind of erases the thing about the home is the main structure. It is. We all agree with that. But a place like ABC, if you get a youngster at 6 years old and instill the basic, simple do's and don'ts of society, it teaches them how to step off in life with their best foot forward, without cowardice, but with courage and dignity. Now, you two tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, in the city, every area that has gang activity going on, it's cut off to a 3 to 6 block proximity.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. If I live on Market Street, man, I can't go over on Imperial. Okay,
Yeah.
if you choose to go over on Imperial, you go through what I call, or what we call landmines. Landmines. There's somebody standing on the corner to jump you into a game, or either they're going to slap something into your head and say, I want my money day after tomorrow. Am I right or wrong?
Pretty accurate.
You guys are young. Yeah, I mean, am I right or wrong?
Right.
You're
Now,
right. You are.
when you teach those youngsters how to stand up on their own and how to walk away from trouble without cowardice, but with courage and dignity. We don't want to fight nobody. We don't want them to fight. But there's a way to let the biggest bully on the street know, you mess with me, you got a problem. Just by your body language. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's what we do. That's what A.B.C. does. And our young student here, Malik Jones, and Coach Art Wilson, who's with me today, him and I have been together for over 20 years, working with our youth. And this young man here is one of our success stories amongst many others.
Yeah. I'd like to hear from Malik. You know, do you mind, Malik, just telling us your story and what have you gotten out of the program?
Well, my story is basically I went to a charter school, Evangeline Roberts, and there was this program there that Mr. Billy Moore here ran at the school for the boys at the school. So I went into the class and then I met him, and ever since then we just gotten closer and closer. That class taught me how to step off in life with our best foot forward, without cowardice, but with courage and dignity. It basically taught me to basically be a better person. So after that, I went on to O'Farrell Charter School, and he followed me there to make sure I was doing good. I was trying to be the class clown through 7th grade and 8th grade, and he just kept coming up there trying to make sure I was still on point, trying to make sure I'm not being the class clown. So came 7th grade, I almost did not move on to 8th grade because of me not listening and talking back and still trying to be the class clown, trying to be the funniest, coolest dude in class. And so here it comes, last about 2 weeks of school, it finally hits me that I gotta do this, because I want to move on to 8th grade and I want to do something.
Yeah.
So finally hits me, start doing the good. Remember, it's all hard work because it's the last 2 weeks of school. It's all hard work. I had 3 Fs that I had to get up in 2 weeks. So that was when I asked my teachers for extra work, and I'm doing it. He's there with me the whole time, all through it all.
Keeping you accountable.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's there with me. So I eventually I get my grades up. I'm able to go on to the 8th grade. I get to 8th grade, nothing goes in my mind that, okay, 7th grade wasn't a joke, so you got to get on 8th grade. 8th grade, it was the same thing. Almost did not promote. But that was when he was even harder on me. Came up there almost every week. And that one, it was just a lot easier because I knew he was still with me through it all. And through the start, I was still the class clown. But through the ending, I turned myself over. Not even before 2 weeks, I turned myself over, started doing my work. I was able to promote. So my last thing was my behavior outside of school. And my behavior outside of school was, you know, it was all right. It wasn't the best that I could have done. I went to tutoring during my school, went to tutoring at ABC Tuesdays and Thursdays there, and I met Dr. Murad and a lot of people there at ABC, and I've been a 5-year member there.
So, what is without courage? I mean, no, with courage.
Step off in
Step
life
off.
with our best foot forward, without
Okay.
cowardice, but with courage and dignity.
So, what does that mean to you?
To me, it means basically, you know, it's teaching you how to respect people, how to respect your elders, how to know how to talk to people. You know, like he said, teaches you how to get off in life without violence. Violence does not solve anything. That's what it teaches me.
I respect that. Yeah, I like that. You know, it's fantastic having you here on the show, Malik, because you are the young voice. You are the young voice of
Yeah.
today's world. So my question is, what do you think are the problems facing kids your age that they need help in that we should focus on?
I think it's mostly their friends, who they choose to be around, and who they choose to gather themselves with. That's what I think it is. I think it's they're not thinking of who they're by. They say they have real friends, but you really don't. Are your real friends your real friends? You know?
Yeah.
So I think it's just who they're by is negative energy.
Right, because at a young age, I was also taught wrong friends, wrong choices.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you hang around the bad kids and when you get in trouble with them, don't be surprised. You made the wrong choice to be with a gang, right? So, all right, I like that. I respect that.
Mr. Moore. So, what do you? So, when you go off to schools, right? Do you work within the school system?
Yeah, like we go into the schools, and then we also have our after-school program at
So,
ABC.
which boys are drawn to your program? How do you find them? How do you outreach to them, or do they just find you?
I want to say something here just real quick, and I don't want to leave this out. ABC was deposited to my dad by our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. No, we don't preach religion. We don't do that at all. But that's the head of ABC. And I tell everybody, our board, we have probably one of the greatest boards in the world, Bob Copeland, Dr. Bob Murad, Mike Wynn, Dan Woodard, who's our board chair, and that everybody that's sent, and this is real. Now, I don't know how anybody watching this, how they believe, but this is real. People, whomever comes to ABC, you ask how do I find them? I don't. People just show up. They just show up. This board that we have, I tell them, I said, you guys was sent by the man upstairs. And most of the kids that show up, they just show up. We have probably, I like to talk about this here because most of our kids are brought there by parents that has heard from somewhere else about ABC. And that's the way that we get them. But one of the things that draws them to ABC, I'm sitting here because I'm a product of ABC. There's some things that I've done in my life that I'm not proud of when I was a youngster. But with ABC having a grip in me, I was able to finally get a grip. So it allows me to be able to, as the kids say, they all say, Coach, you're one of us. And I like that feeling of being one of the youngsters. So Coach Art Wilson, who's a couple of the gyms that we've opened, I've been out of the country. He's opened a gym because I was gone. And just like I know that the sun is going to come up, I know that he's going to be there every single day. And these kids know it. They say, well, if Instructor Moore's not there, Coach Art is going to be there. And and this is something that our kids have to be able to have something where they can have a belief. A young kid, one day a kid laid his wallet down. So he came into the office and he was crying. I said, what's wrong with you? He said, Coach, he said, I laid my wallet down and went back to get my wallet. I had $20 in my wallet. And they took the $20 out of my wallet. I said, well, why did you leave your wallet there? And he looked at me just as strange. He said, Coach, this is my home. He said, we're family here. He said, we should be able to do those things. I felt about that small. And that's what we do at ABC.
Family?
We're family. And the kids say that. The kids will tell you, we're family. And in that community, the kids don't have any issues. They don't have any safe issues, gang issues. We don't have it there. And actually, we're in what's called the Stockton community. It's called Stockton. Some guys say, where are you from? I'm from Lincoln Park. Well, you know, all of that has a little swagger to it.
Yeah.
Well, over in Stockton community, we're in the process. We've done it in our minds. We've done it in our kids' minds. We've changed it to Stockton University.
So what do you feel like this mentality these kids have acquired, like have affected their home life, community, and school? Like from your experience, what have you been able to see?
Well, what causes that effect?
Yeah.
Is it basic, simple do's and don'ts of society. We have what's called the concept. It's called the A, B, and C concept of spiritual, mental, and physical self-defense for young people. Let's put on our thinking caps and let's think of the things that we should do and should not do. But first of all, let's think of the things that we should not do that can cause us to wind up in jail, wind up in prison for a long-term prison sentence, and possibly even wind up dead without our souls being saved. Now, I want to reiterate again, we don't preach religion. We don't do that. We all share with what's worked for us. Don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal, don't smoke, don't drink, don't gamble. When I was a kid, that's been many, many years ago, but this country, regardless of what problems we want to talk about in this country, we want to talk about racism and all that kind of stuff, but this country was built on good, basic morals, principles, and scruples. That's what it was built on. It wasn't built on a lot of just do whatever you want to do. And that's where we are now. Hell, you do whatever you need to do to get by. Am I right?
Yeah.
I mean, tell me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. You're right. One thing I'll ask you is because I did hear you guys are in school. So, how do you guys present your program to school? You know, with what curriculum? Because I also understand you guys do have boxing also.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I heard you talking about the scholars and stuff a while ago that's doing something to do something. What we need to do, the scholars are great. All of that's great. But you need to talk to, you say, what do we do? But we need to get down to the roots, the grassroots. You got a guy, Coach Art, over there. You got other guys that's around. Those are the people they need to be talking to. The everyday guy, to see what's going on. But and you mentioned curriculum. The curriculum that we have, a guy walked in our gym one day. He said, "You guys look so unorganized, but you're not." We're that way because there is a curriculum. There is rules and regulations. When people are raised with rules and regulations, they know how to act. They know how to act. Mm-hmm. Now, the curriculum, we don't have anything on paper. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that I've been, people, "Oh, you need to put it on paper. You need to put it on paper." Well, maybe we do. I don't know. Maybe we do. But when we go to the schools, and we would probably be in more schools if we had something to hand them on paper. The curriculum, it's the ABC curriculum. And what that curriculum is the ABC concept. If you see the ABC concept, when those kids do, okay, we went through what we should not do. Okay, let's talk about now what we should do. Now, let's put on our thinking caps. And let's think of what a good student would do, should do, could do, and ought to do in order to become a better student in school, a better American, and a better all-around person of the kingdom. So now, they put the thinking caps on. Now, there's a roadmap that's been laid out for us already. Am I right, Malik?
Yes.
There's a roadmap in society that's been laid out. If we follow that roadmap, such as go to school, go to junior high school, go to
high school,
then go where? Get a what?
Get a high school diploma.
Then you got to do what?
Go to college.
Then you got to do what?
Get a college degree.
Then you got to do what?
Get a job.
Okay, what kind of job?
Let's say a police officer.
What else?
Then we go into politics.
Okay, now, you youngsters, us adults, we messed this country up. We messed it up. Mm-hmm. I heard you say something a while ago when you talked about the young people. You guys have got to fix it, and you can do it. You can do it. Now, and if you want to do it, you got to be able to do what? If you want to change it, you got to what? You got to vote.
Got to go into
now,
politics.
These kids, every dadgum political position in this country, our kids name it. They name it. Starting with our council person. And they take it all the way up to the President of the United States. Mm-hmm. And once upon a time, how much time we have?
We're good.
Okay. Once upon a time, that was known, but that's lost now. Mm-hmm. But by God, 5 years ago, I was in King Chavez Middle School, and there was a young girl in there. She never said anything. She would go through the program, and one day, she got up. She said, "Instructor Moore." And it kind of, I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "I'm going to change the world." And that's what, you youngsters are powerful. You are powerful. You have guys like myself, Coach Art, and other guys, Joe Sigerson from Boys to Men. You don't realize how powerful you are. And
well, I'm sorry if I may interrupt and ask a question. Just so you know, you heard us mention the proposal for the White House Boys and Men Council. How would both of you see a benefit in the nation if we had that, if that was actually able to happen?
Well, it could happen but you got to have the right people on it. I mean, you got to have the scholars. I mean, America is known for its scholars, but look where we are. Mm-hmm. Look where we are. Let's mix some everyday people with the scholars. Does that make sense? Let's mix some of you all with the scholars.
Malik, if I could ask you something. So, I mean, just by what I'm hearing, you guys talk real in ABC. You know, what's going on in real life. And that's amazing. That's what we need, because, I mean, schools don't do that anymore. I mean, when you went to school, they had social programs. Now,
Right.
now we just have English, math, and science. And if you know that, you can be successful in life. You know, my question, Malik, is, you know, what you talk about in ABC Foundation, do you think, you know, your friends should be talking about that? You know, I mean, I'm guessing you don't go to the lunch table and you guys, you know, you just sit down and have a talk like, hey, guys, my parents just got divorced. I'm assuming that don't happen, no.
Nah.
What kind of benefit would you think the world would, what kind of change would you see happen in general if kids would be able to be open and talk about things like that?
I think, you know, if people had respect for people like that, I think this world would be a lot better. You know, if you were able to respect somebody when they tell you something, you know, personal sometimes, you know. Sometimes some people want to tell rumors all around. So that's why it goes back to know your friends. Are your friends your real friends? Because when you are telling someone personal stuff and you want them to keep it, sometimes, you know, you might test them, tell them a little fake secret, see if it's going to get around. Because at our school, that was a big thing. Our secrets, the most little of secrets became into the biggest secrets in the school. But it wasn't a secret because everybody knew it. So that's what taught me, learn who your real friends are.
That's powerful at that age. Well, God, it's fantastic hearing you on the show. I mean, Billy, you really you've wowed me, and ABC Foundation seems like a great program to get involved. If anybody would like to get involved in your program, Billy, how would they be able to contact you guys?
You can go to abcyouthfoundation.org, abcyouthfoundation.org, and we're at, that's our webpage, and all of the contact information is on that webpage. But I'm able to do what I do because of you youngsters. And I keep mentioning Coach Art because he's like my right arm. And
That was your left.
oh,
Well, yeah, that's
see how
okay.
sharp this kid is?
Hey,
But
it's
it's just,
nice.
you guys, I mean, really, I've messed up a lot. And I thank God, and I thank my board at ABC for allowing me, for helping me to be able to come out and ABC to be there. Because you youngsters, all of the flowers of all of the tomorrows are in the seeds of today, and that is you.
Well, I mean, I'd like to thank you guys again for being on the show. It's real awesome meeting you guys. You know, and again, if you guys want to find out more information, you know, go to www.abcyouthfoundation.org, and, you know, thank you guys for being here. You know, Billy and Malik.
This is Young Voices TV, and thank you for your time.